Alrighty. My glasses are all fogged up. I'm not used to this cold weather. See if I can get them unfogged. So it has been raining nonstop for the last 2 days, like cats and dogs. We don't get rain that often, so it was a real treat because like we've been in a drought, so we definitely need the rain. But it was also cold, so it brought snow. And I was thinking, what would be a really good rainy weather activity? And of course, the first thing that came to my mind was a movie and then a museum. And I'm like, nah, not interested in either of those. So I decided what I'm going to do is go whale watching. It's something I've wanted to do for a couple of years. I took a kayaking tour to the Channel Islands on my birthday a couple of years ago, and ever since then I have wanted to go back out and do whale watching. So today is the day. I am going to be leaving out of Oxnard, which is about an hour to an hour and a half from here. But the first thing I need to do, of course, is coffee. Not going to anywhere fancy, just my normal Starbucks. All right, so I have my coffee. It is full. Google Maps is saying it's going to take an hour and 25 minutes to get there, so I better hit the road. Let's do this. Take a look up at the mountains. These mountains never get snow. This is crazy. I have never seen it snow up there. I hike up there every once in a while. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. This drive takes you through some of California's beautiful rural farming areas. You've got the fruit trees on the right, another crop on the left, the palm trees ahead. You're driving through a little piece of heaven. All right, so I have made it to the harbor, and I'm here about 15 minutes before I have to check in, so I'm going to take a look around. They are having a farmer's market right over here, so I'm going to go see what that has. Of course, it's got fruits and vegetables. It's not like I haven't been to a farmer's market before, but still, I think it's cool. This is really fun. I bought some mandarin oranges. He gave me a sample. Oh, it was so good, so I couldn't resist. But I'm going to head over to the harbor and check in for the cruise now. So I am checked in. I am on the Vanguard. She said that the morning cruise is still out in the harbor. They're a little late getting back in, and that usually means they have spotted some whales. So I'm pretty excited about getting on. The harbor here is pretty cool. They've got boards that give you information about the area. You can rent kayaks, ski jets, or just sit at the picnic tables and enjoy yourself. It is a very cool harbor. So I have made it aboard the Vanguard, and I am on the top deck. This is going to be fantastic. See how the ship is swaying back and forth. You cannot get seasick if you're going to sit up here on the top deck. Or let me rephrase that. If you're going to sit up here on the top deck, you can't get seasick. You'll have to go to the bottom deck and become familiar with the railing over the side of the boat. This is what whale watching is. You're at sea, watching. Just watching. And if this is your first time, you don't really know what you're watching for. You're just watching. like everyone else. And then you see it. Did you see it? It's easy to miss. Let's go back. All right, watch right here. Did you see that spout? Let's look at it again in slow motion. Here it is. That spout is the whale taking a breath. So now I know what I'm watching for.
There it is. Back up again, 3 o'clock.
These are gray whales. They're migrating from Baja back to Alaska. That's so cool. After about 30 minutes, we headed out again to find more sea life. I started feeling a little queasy, so I got some salty Fritos and that helped. So we have been traveling to a new location to see what else we can see, and we've been traveling for about 30 minutes now. The waves, it's cold out there, so I decided to come inside for a few minutes, and I have layered up a little more, so when we do stop and see whatever it is we're going to see, I will be ready for it. I'm not sure why we left the other location, but after about 45 minutes we got to Alcatraz Island and the crew gave a presentation about the island. I'll admit I was a little disappointed. We were there to see whales. We found the whales and we watched them for a little while, but then we left, so no more whales. Alcatraz Island is interesting, but I felt like the presentation was a backup plan. We probably shouldn't have left the original whale watching location since there were whales there. So I am at the front of the boat now, and I believe that we are on our way back into shore. You can see that the sky is blue ahead of us, but it sure looks like a lot of storm clouds are heading in. So hopefully I can get home before the storm hits. So we are back on land now, and that was a lot of fun. I was hoping to have a hot cup of clam chowder here at the harbor, but all the restaurants are closed. It's not even 5 p.m. So I am off in search of food. I found a restaurant that wasn't closed, ordered a hot, steamy clam chowder, warm artisan bread, and Coke in a jar. Well, the clam chowder definitely hit the spot, but I thought it would also warm me up, and it hasn't. I'm still pretty cold. So it's the end of the day. This has been a really fun adventure, and I hope it helps you find your own adventure. Thank you for watching.